Let's take a look at training design for evaluation. When designing a training program, organizations should consider the plan for evaluation up front. How the evaluation program is designed informs the extent to which we have confidence in the results of the training program. Well, the ideal would be to create an experimental design with control group conditions. This is not always feasible, particularly in small organizations where only a handful of employees will get training at any point. Many times, trainers have to settle for assessing outcomes based on small, convenient samples of employees participating in the program. The one shot case study is most common for small organizations. In a design of this nature, employees are provided a training program and then tested to see if the training program was effective. This can cloud evaluation, however. For example, if new resources were made available to the group during the training, but before measurement of the outcomes, it would be unclear which affected the training outcome. This is called the history effect. Another concern has to do with the maturation effect. This means that even without the training, the trainees could have gotten simply better at their task due to repetition over an extended period of time. An improvement in the case study design involves a one-shot pretest post-test design. Again, this design may be only an option for those with limited resources or volume of trainees with which to perform a proper experiment. With this design, we have a pre-training measure and a post-training measure that indicates at some time between the two measurements the group influenced a change in training outcome. Unfortunately, this design does not eliminate problems associated with the maturation or history effect. This design also adds another complication. Perhaps the subjects were influenced by the pre-training measurement and they were measured post-training, where they remembered the measurement questions and answered correctly the second time around. The last non-experimental design compares two groups, one that received the training and one that did not. This method more effectively manages the impact of something extraneous to the training on training outcomes. The control group would likely experience the same extraneous effects. So the difference between the control group and the experimental group would be more accurately in terms of reflecting the impact of the training itself. The common factor associated with experimental designs as compared to non-experimental designs is the random assignment of subjects to training conditions. Many external factors can influence training outcomes. Random assignment is one way to make the group statistically equivalent. Each participant has an equal chance of being assigned to a different condition, so systematic bias is equally distributed over the conditions. The pretest post-test control group design is the experimental design most trainers are familiar with. A control group gets no training but experiences similar conditions to the group getting the training, the experimental group. Because subjects are randomly assigned, systematic error is controlled. This type of design leaves the trainer with a high level of confidence that the training outcomes are a direct result of the training itself. Trainers need to consider the outcomes they want to evaluate as well as the factors they need to control for as they design their training programs. When random assignment is not feasible because too few employees are involved, it's important to pick a training design that controls for those factors of greatest concern to the trainer. When random assignment is feasible, the simplest, most cost-effective design is the post-test-only design. Regardless of the design the trainer uses, it's important to know the outcomes of strategic value to the organization before designing and implementing the training program.